What's going on, Combat Sports Nation? This is Shaun here with another episode, our third episode of Between the Rounds. This time we are joined by another CEO, another president. We're joined by Vigil Clan Entertainment Group, Billy Idol. Billy, I appreciate you taking the time today and discussing some big things that you have going on here in the Northeast.
I appreciate it, Shaun.
Now, so people who are not familiar with the face but familiar with the name, Billy has cemented himself in this area with a growing and successful AMO Fight League grappling tournament series. It's been for several years now. You've been developing that, and coming up, recently dropped news is that you're going to be opening up your new division of AMO, which will be AMO Fight League MMA. Going from the grappling to MMA. I know this has been a vision of yours for quite some time. How excited are you? And tell us a little bit of what we could look forward to.
I'm very excited. I think it's time. We've been doing the grappling tournaments for the last 3.5 years. We've cemented ourselves, like you said, on the East Coast, attracting a lot of the top tier grapplers from the various schools. And a lot of these grapplers are also MMA fighters. I befriended a lot of them. I've associated myself with a lot of the schools out there. And, my primary objective when I started AMO was to do MMA fight cards. But, it happened that the state of Connecticut, my state, it wasn't legal. So, I had discussions with both of the casinos, but it just didn't transpire to what I thought it would have been beneficial for myself. So I decided to seek outside of the state for now, and the closest state that I'm familiar with and I've done business with is the state of Massachusetts. So I've got my promoter's license. So we're at that point right now where I want to create a platform for all these up and coming, fighters out there to give them an opportunity to showcase their skills. I'm very excited about the whole thing.
And you have chosen a very well-known landmark here in New England, and that's the Eastern States Exposition Fairgrounds. And I believe, and correct me, but I believe it's at the Coliseum at the Big E Fairgrounds. Is that right?
That is absolutely correct. We looked at various venues in the state of Mass, and I just thought that, it'd be beneficial to do it, at a place that, like you indicated, it's a landmark. Everybody knows the word, the Big E.
That's right.
So we decided to hold it there. So we're excited. They're excited to be able to host us. So, everything is in the process now. We're gathering names. This is going to be a mixed card. Amateurs and pros. So it's going to be very exciting.
If I know Billy Idol, you're looking to become a powerhouse in everything that it is that you have your name associated with. So is this something to where you want to have a couple shows a year, or you're ready to go ahead and fight for a top spot in all of the area's MMA scene?
I'm not out to compete with anyone, Shaun. If anything, I would work with everyone. Mm-hmm. I think, this is a small community. I'm out just to, give the athlete, the platform to showcase his skill. But like you said, when I start something, I put 100% behind it, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put 100 plus into it. I'm going to combine my entertainment business with it. I'm a booking agent. I'm a national booking agent. I also have a ownership into a car club that I want to combine all that. I want to be able to make this something different than what's out there. I want to be able to promoted as the nightclub meets the fight club kind of thing, to bring music, live entertainment, showcase up and coming artists that are going to go national, and also showcase up and coming fighters that, want this opportunity. So I will be that opportunity for them.
Aside from the experience that you bring to the table with promoting, and you have that experience covered, what about your experience as fighting or martial arts goes? You have a black belt in Kempo, is that right? And then you have some Gracie Jiu-Jitsu blue belt, if I'm reading the information correctly. Is that right?
That's correct. I trained American Kempo under Master Ed Parker. I did that for about 10 years. I hold a black belt in that. And I've been training at Gracie Jiu-Jitsu for the last 6 years. I am a blue belt. And prior to that, I was a boxer. I used to love the box. I used to fight for Johnny Dukes for Golden Gloves when I was a teenager. So I've always been a fan of combat sports.
And your situation is very unique because you are coming from the entertainment industry, bringing that, like you said, that aspect to MMA. When the UFC recently took the MMA aspect and brought it to the entertainment industry with the new owners. If it's a good union for the UFC, how did you make that decision for it to be a good unit, a union for Vigil Clan and for Ammo Fight Club?
You can basically, look at it that, I today promote and manage entertainers.
Yep.
Well, to me, you look at a fighter as an entertainer. They have a fan base, they have followers and all that. I mean, marketing and promoting, there's no difference in that. You can market and promote a fight card and market and promote a concert venue. So it's the same thing. So I think, with my background and my history, I think I'll be able to do right. And I think I proved that also with my Ammo Grappling League.
And I understand you said that you're not looking to compete, but let's compare. If there was an event the same night or the same weekend as yours, what's going to separate your event?
Well, I guess at the end of the day, the fighter will have to make that decision on their own to determine, what would be more beneficial for them. So, I'll give them, that opportunity to decide that. I'm not out to I'm not out to do this for the money. I mean, the money is nice, but it's all about that. It's just for me to, build this company from the ground level to a platform that, people will start looking at me from not only the New England and the East Coast, but from all over the country to be able to come in. I've got, like I said, the team. I believe that a team makes a company successful. An individual will not make a company successful unless you got people that have certain tasks and responsibilities to make that happen. And I think I have the right people that help me to get to where I want to go.
As a fan, I'm taking my wife out, or we're fans. We try to go see an event at least a couple times a month. Why would we be coming to see your event?
Even in my grappling league, I have DJs, pumping the top tracks out there right now, the light shows, something that you're seeing now with the big major leagues, something that's going to make you say, wow, that was a nice show, besides just looking at the fighter.
You have some world-class talent on the mat, a part of your team, and Kim Studevant. To explain to me his role. I know he'll be doing some of the matchmaking. He's also helped you with your grappling league. Tell me a little bit about the relationship that's going to be with Kim.
We've acquired a good relationship. He's supported Ammo since the beginning. He started working with Ammo, becoming my matchmaker. Setting up the brackets. We were in discussions. A year ago, I basically said to him, I go, if I decide to start my MMA promotion, Kim, I want you to be the matchmaker. And you know what? I stayed true to my word, and he's the matchmaker. I think it'll be easy for him to matchmake with the talent that are approaching us. So I think it's going to be a good, partnership with me and him there.
And me being in the Northeast, you being from the Northeast, we know very much of the same people. One of those people is Jason Franklin, who has a major role with the company as well. Tell me a little bit of the role, because he's had his own gym, as it states, his own MMA promotion previously to working with you guys. What role and what capacity is Jason Franklin going to take part in developing your new brand?
With his extensive background in all aspects of combat sports, Shaun, he's basically going to be, our chief operating officer. He's going to oversee the whole production. He's going to basically work with me to plan the shows, how to format, how to structure them, how to market them. So I need someone like that, because honestly, I couldn't tell you that I can go on it on my own and do this. I would never tell you that. I would not tell that to anyone. So you have to bring in those people, those components to make the company, work. And I think he'll be a big, factor in the success of the company.
Tell me some of the other roles that might not be so glaring that people are going to be helping you with Ammo Fight League MMA.
Well, we're going to be seeking a lot of different individuals, public relations. We're going to be looking for someone to take care of that. We're going to be looking, for someone to do basically our street promotion, something that I'm familiar with, especially with the music entertainment. And, security team, setup crew, people that basically control a lot of the access and handling of the tickets and sales and all that. So, we have a lot to still to complete, but, I think we have what we need now to get the ball rolling. So we'll just take it one step at a time.
I'm always curious what goes into choosing the name of an event. Your event will be dubbed Locked and Load. What was the mindset when choosing the title of your coming event, your inaugural event?
Well, there was a lot of names being brought to attention, and a good friend of mine, basically said, ammo is all about the ammunition. So he mentioned locked and loaded, and I said I like that. I like that. So we chose that, and I think it's suitable for the occasion.
In the Northeast, you have network deals, you have local network deals, you have some companies are using um, um, Flow Combat, some are using Go Fight League, and what about the fans that are familiar with Vigiclan, familiar with Ammo Fight League, but as the date approaches, they would not be able to make it to the event. How would those fans that aren't in the area to be able to attend? How would they be able to watch?
That's in discussion. Sly for marketing, and sales. He's been, researching, the certain, video media companies that we could potentially, approach on. I myself have reached out to Access. We had a discussion, and no decisions were made yet. But I guess Sly took it from there. So we'll see what happens. Either way, even if we have to, do a live stream or whatever, we're gonna have something out there for the fan.
How important is it for you to go ahead and develop champions, or is it more just to cultivate these fighters and give them another opportunity to fight, or are you looking to really say these are our champions?
Our objective is to create champions for ammo, where they will have the privilege to come back and fight to retain that title. It's not going to be a promotion where I give you a belt and see ya. You know,
Yeah.
they'll be obligated if they want to retain that title, to come back and defend it. So yeah, we are definitely looking to create championship. Me and Kim have the discussion. Kim knows what we want. We want to do some real good fights that they're matched properly. It doesn't matter what school you are. If you're telling me he's coming from this school and this other guy's coming through, first thing is going to say, how versed is this kid to be able to face that guy? And if we feel that he is, then the fight will go ahead.
There is some fights in this area that would be very exciting. Are there some fights that according to their recent fights or the fights that they might not have coming up, that you'd say, man, that would be a good headliner?
You know what, man? We thought about that last month, let me tell you, and we had names. It just that the moons weren't lined up, the
Yeah.
plans weren't lined up, so we can't get them from a November fight, but hopefully down the road we'll get them there on our card. But we had some really good matchups that would have been a phenomenal show with those guys. And it's not to say it's not going to happen.
Mhm.
It's just not going to happen for the first one. But I promise you will have some good matchups on my November fight.
Is there a way online to go ahead and subscribe to your press releases that way they can stay up to date with all the latest ammo news?
Not online just yet, but they can send an email directly to ammo.matchmaker@gmail.com. All fighters also can submit their info
Perfect.
stats there to be added to our database. So, that's where they should reach out to us too.
And do you have Twitter or Instagram, or are you working towards that
I
for?
have a Twitter account and Instagram, but it was basically a combination of my music and my grappling. So we don't have an exclusive just on the ammo MMA, but we'll be creating one on that. I'm excited about this opportunity, and this opportunity is not only for me to benefit from. It's going to be an opportunity for, like I said, for the up and coming fighter, for the professional fighters to also have a selection of promotions that they could participate in, rather than just a few. I'll ask everybody that's interested to get it onto our fighters database to please email their info and stats to ammo.matchmaker@gmail.com.
Awesome, Bill. Thank you so much. It's very exciting, and I appreciate your time.
I appreciate this too, Sean. We'll be in touch.
Thank you
Take
so
care.
much.